Hey guys, so today I'm finally reviewing Eternal Sunshine. I've been wanting to do a review since like May, June. I don't know why I've never done it, but here we are today doing this review. Of course, I have my laptop, so I'm just kind of gonna read out what I have written. So first, we're talking about the album cover. There are multiple covers, but the main one that was chosen I love, and glad that she changed it last second. I love how one Ariana is laying her head on the other Ariana's shoulder. It's already giving a lot of references to her lyrics about loving herself and only needing herself and not being dependent on anyone else. Before the album cover is what it is today, it was something different, and I was like, I don't know, that should be the album cover to me. And then last second, she changed it, and I was like so happy because, like I said before, that album cover with the two Arianas are absolutely my favorite one. And I'm so glad she changed it. It's obvious that this song is about Ariana questioning if she's in the right relationship with Dalton, I'm assuming. She then moves on, possibly talking about Ethan. She's wondering if he's judging her like she is doing to herself. She's in her head wondering if the world was ending, would he still be with her? It could be an analogy that if they're going through dark times, would he still want her, love her, etc.? Most importantly, would she still want to be with him? So in the beginning, she's talking about, if she's in the right relationship, and then she said, then have this interaction I've been thinking about for 5 weeks, wondering if he's thinking about it too and smiling, wondering if he knows that's what's been inspiring me, wondering if he's judging me like I am right now. So I feel like when this interaction happened, she's been thinking about it, and she's just she knows like she's judging herself for even thinking about someone else, but she just can't help it. She's like, I'm wondering if he's thinking about me just as much as I'm thinking about him. For me, I think she started questioning if she's in the right relationship when she started talking to Ethan, or not talking to Ethan, but had this interaction with Ethan. I think that's what made her question if she's in the right relationship with Dalton. And that's why she's judging herself, oh my gosh, what am I doing? Why am I obsessing over a guy when I'm in a relationship myself? That's how I feel about this album. I think it's very personal, and it's I should be reading this or should be listening to this because how personal it is, but it's also really relatable. This song is her finally having confidence to break away and leave from this unhealthy relationship. She looks back, reflecting on how strong she is than she gives herself credit for. She finally has the courage to say bye and choose herself. So when she explained this song and how this song was written more of the perspective of her mom is beautiful, in my opinion. Just you're admiring your mom for leaving a relationship that no longer serves her. And it's if my mom can have the confidence and the strength to do that, then maybe me too. And this song, I love this song so much. I have a couple lyrics that I love. Hold on. I love she says, I'm taking what's mine. Tears. Oh my god. I love that. How she finally realizes who she is, or just choosing herself. And she's I'm taking what's mine. I'm taking back my confidence, everything that you stole from me or I gave to you. I'm taking it right back. My energy, my self-worth, everything. I'm taking it back. Another lyric is she said, didn't think you lose me. Now it's just too late to choose me. What a line. What a line. It's like she finally realizing her worth, and she didn't think she had the power or the strength to do that. But then she's like, but I do though. And I love it. In this song, Ariana is revealing that this guy, Dalton, is making her feel like she's in a situationship. She knows that this relationship has to end, but doesn't want to. She tried to fix the relationship by going to therapy, then realized that he's not even trying. When he finally did try, it was too late. She also hopes when this relationship ends that he won't regret being with her, despite her being a celebrity. And then in parentheses, I said, this can just be ideal, since the media has said Dalton couldn't handle that Ariana is famous. So I remember this back in when all of this stuff was happening last year. There were like reports saying like, oh, sources saying that Dalton couldn't handle Ariana being famous or something like that. And Ariana said that a lot of these songs are concepts and not really true, and it's up to your interpretation of what the song is about. And this could be true, since she has spilled some things that, that made her feel this way. But if this is true, let's act like it is true. People were clowning Ariana, saying that, oh, she didn't even try, because there's another article that says something like, Dalton tried to get back with Ariana, but she didn't want to. And I'm like, this is the reason why she didn't want to, if this were to be true or is true. Because she tried so hard. Like, she thought something was wrong with her. So she's like going to therapy, and then she thought about it. She's like, wait a minute. He's not even trying. So like, what am I doing? So I actually love how she had bye first and then go break up again, because it's like saying, oh, I'm saying bye, and the next song is the reason why I'm saying bye. This interlude is a sample from a 2013 YouTube video made by Diana Garland, who is an astrological counselor and clairvoyant. She's talking about Saturn return, which happens every 29 years, and what that means. I chose this sample because not only is she highly into astrology, but because she can relate to what Diana is talking about. So I didn't even know what Saturn return even was until Ariana talked about it, and that was like really cool. And if you're into like astrology and zodiac signs, I'm a Capricorn, and Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, so I really do love this. I mean, there's not much to talk about, it's an interlude, but I love this actually. I think it makes so much sense of her putting this interlude and the sample into the album, because it really makes you think, and it really completes the album in my opinion. Ariana is talking about how Dalton is her internal sunshine, which the movie Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind is what inspired this album. Now, this is a quote I got from Google talking about the movie and what the movie means. It implies that our memories are the spots that decorate our lives. A spotless mind is one without memory or experience. Joel and Clementine discovered that a life of constant sunshine is unattainable, and an ignorant life without one's painful memories is meaningless. End quote. Ariana realizes that she doesn't want to Ariana realized that she didn't want to completely forget about being with Dalton because it made her stronger and better. Now that she's in another relationship, she can see that these things happen for a reason. So this could or could not be her talking about how Dalton possibly cheat on her, or her talking about after the fact, like they're both going their separate ways with different people. Because in the second verse she said, now he's in your bed laying on my chest. So it's like, oh, we went our separate ways, and these two different people are in our lives. I don't know how to really explain that, but we'll never know if this song is her talking about how he possibly cheated on her, or the fact that they went their separate ways. But she said, but yet you play me like Atari, and it's like, oh, he played her, but it doesn't really have to mean like he cheated on her. It's just like, oh, she trusted him, and look what he did. He deceived me, either by cheating or just not adoring me, or not giving me the love that I want or should have in this relationship. So is what you interpret as. Ariana is comparing her relationship to the supernatural. This love has taken over her, but she doesn't mind. So it's not much about talking about this song. I think it's very self-explanatory. She feels like this love is possessing her, and she's not care. It's like her love with Ethan is very magical, like the supernatural is magical. That's how she feels about this love, and she does not care at all. And when I think about people coming after her relationship to Ethan, I feel like, talking about supernatural, I feel like there's like a force field around her relationship to Ethan, and it's like her love is just a big force field, so no one can like get in. In this song, Ari talks about a true story that is based on untrue events. This talks about the media and the general public fantasizing things that aren't true about Ariana. They have nothing better to do but talk about things that they know nothing about and pray for her downfall. She also suggests that she will play whatever the media wants her to be. This song is just... I love this song so much. And I feel like it doesn't matter what she does. Talking about it, don't talk about it. People will always think whatever they want to think about Ariana, no matter what. If it's true or not, they will continuously talk about her no matter what. Like, people really are digging deep on her. And it's crazy how people care so much about one person like that. You know? Like, I don't know, it's crazy how people just will talk about so many things. It doesn't matter if it's true. Here's the thing, people don't care if it's true or not. You know what I mean? Only thing they care about is a story and, you know, their clout or whatever. Like, they don't care if it's true or not. As long as it gives them publicity, gives them, you know, notice, makes them go viral, whatever, it does not matter. And people will believe in it because they want to believe that she is this bad person, this mean girl. And it's crazy how people, they care so deeply. And they're like, I don't care. I'm like, if you don't care, then why are you talking about it? Why are you so passionate about it if you don't care? I mean, I can literally dissect every lyric, which I'm not going to because that would take up too much of time. But I love how she says, I'll play the villain if you need me to. I know how this goes, yeah. I'll be the one you pay to see. Play the scene, roll the cameras, please. And I feel like she's saying, like, no matter what, no matter if you hate me or not, you will still pay to see me, either at a concert, a movie, no matter what, you will still watch me. It's crazy how, like, people say, oh, I don't watch Ariana, I don't like her, blah, 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 and they proceed to watch Ariana, either that be coming to her concert or watch her on the big screens, whatever it is. I'm like, you still watch her though. Even if you say you don't care about her or you're done with her, you still will, because you cannot deny Ariana makes bops. She is amazing at what she does, especially the SNL performance that she did. Oh, I love that performance so much that she did. Her hosting it is just, I love when she hosts. It's so amazing, and she's so good at what she does. And what do you know? People were liking her for a bit. Like, oh my gosh, this is so funny. And then I'm like, what downfall? You're praying for her downfall? What downfall? That's like the biggest view that SNL got in 3 years. What downfall? Exactly. I feel like this song is Ariana clapping back at people to let them know that Ethan is hers, but it's also kind of acknowledging how sketchy it was. So in the beginning, she says, but I don't want to cause no scene. I'm usually so unproblematic, so independent, tell me why, because the boy is mine. So she's like, I'm usually problematic, but I feel like she's kind of acknowledging how problematic this was, but not really. It's like she's kind of hinting at it. She's like, I'm usually so unproblematic, but what she did or what happened was kind of problematic. And then she says, please know this ain't what I planned for. Probably won't bet a dime or my life on. There's gotta be a reason why. And I was thinking back to Supernatural. And you know how like Supernatural, sometimes it's like a gravitational like pull. So I feel like that's kind of what back in Supernatural and probably in this song is like something is pulling me towards this guy. Like something like a gravitational pull. And I don't know why, but it's like I'm pulling towards him. This song is not only Ari's response to the public with the homewrecking rumors talking about her physical appearances, but to other people who also have people in their ears to say yes and. She's telling people to mind their business and basically saying, why do you care? Why do you care who she dates? Why do you care about what her body looks like or what she has or has not done to her face? She's not going to let anyone bring her down, and she's protecting her peace and learn to rely on herself. I can say so much about this song, but I feel like this kind of a passive-aggressive response, like yes and, like, why do you care about this? Which, yes, that is true. And I feel like anyone can relate to this song when someone's in your ear, someone is talking about you, and you're just like, yes, and I did that, and it's crazy how people care so much, and it's like all of a sudden everyone has morals. I'm like, so you just have morals? Like out of thin air, your morals just appeared. Like, what? Crazy how all of a sudden when a celebrity comes out or something comes out with a celebrity and is not good, like it's bad, people all of a sudden have morals, they have self-respect all of a sudden, and then they're talking about, well, if she was my daughter, but she's not your daughter. Thank God. She's not your daughter. She's not your friend. She's not you're not the other girl. It's crazy how all of a sudden everyone has morals. Like, you didn't just validate your friend for playing this guy or whatever. Like, it's crazy how all of a sudden everyone has morals. All of a sudden, everyone has morals. Wow. Crazy how everyone all of a sudden out of thin air has morals. I feel like this song is really about the media, general public, and the fans that turn on her. Ari is saying that she'll wait until you like her again. She feels like she's misunderstood by the media, but doesn't want to talk about it because she knows that people are not going to understand or are going to hate on her more. Plus, she doesn't have to explain her business. This song feels like her relationship to the public. She's heard that people make her out to be this person that she's not, and also ties back to relying on herself since she's the one that knows the truth. I feel like it's kind of the theme of her like relying on herself. Like throughout this album is her just constantly giving herself self-love and knowing who she is. I love this song so much and I get very choked up when I listen to it. Oh, now maybe not, but back then, yes. Especially the part where she says, "Me and my truth, we sit in silence. Baby girl, it's just me and you." She's referring to her little self. And I'm like, I relate to that so much. And that inner child in you. Oh my gosh. People in the beginning, and maybe still now, but people were thinking this song was about, or could be about Dalton, which, that could be true. Like her wanting to end this story, let the story die, like their marriage, or the chapter of them. But from the beginning, I said this song is about the media, the general public. And now people are catching on to it. And I'm like, I've been saying that since the beginning. And I realized that because she says, "You cling to your papers and pens. Wait until you like me again." Like she knows what the media does. Like she knows that media will hype you up and tear you right back down. It's like a wave. Like how, okay, example, the SNL host that she did, people praised her so much. And then with this whole Elvira, whoever she is, the queen of Halloween apparently, when she came out talking about how Ariana is her least favorite celebrity interaction or something like that, people tore her right back down. And I'm like, see? Ariana can literally sit in silence. She can literally do nothing, and all of a sudden, people just start talking about her, or something comes out about her, and all of a sudden, people just tear her down. I'm like, can she just be cute? Can she just do her little promo for Wicked and Are You Moody and stuff like that? Like, she cannot catch a break. She really can't. Crazy. Okay, so when you're at the top, that's how it is. And also people are like, she never apologizes. She's always playing the victim. I'm like, cause she is a victim. You keep coming at her, talking about her face, her body, her personal stuff. And it's like, she literally doesn't do anything. She's barely on social media as is. I think she's on it more now, but generally before that, she was barely on social media, and still, you come at her, and she's trying to explain herself or defend herself. And it's like, you think she's doing something wrong when she isn't. I know, it's crazy how people are saying we're delusional, like the fans are delusional. I'm like, you're delusional. You think that she's a villain in your story. because she's rich. She's been rich since she was born. She is talented, super talented. I don't know. It's just crazy how people are, and they hate on her so much. Like, the hate is so forced. You hate on every little thing. Her skin tone, her voice, her body, any male that she comes across, and you're like, ooh, be careful, she might steal your man. Like, that is so forced. Everything is forced. And now you're like, I want her to be Black Kiana again. Like, what is that? Like, what? Y'all give her so much crap on her tanning, or how much she was tanning, and now that she's, her natural skin tone, or whatever, back to her skin tone, whatever that is, y'all complaining again? Like, oh, she's too white. I swear, people they need to go outside, go on a hike, go on a drive, do something. Stop being so obsessed with celebrity and what they do with their life. Like, what? You act like you don't know them. It's crazy how people read so much into celebrities. Really insane. Like, that's like a psychological problem, right? Like a psychological mental problem. Just caring so much what celebrity does, and you act like you know them. It has to be like a psychological issue or something. I don't know. Ari's wishing that Dalton did worse to her so that she can find a legitimate reason to hate him. She feels guilty even saying that because she feels whatever he did doesn't seem that bad. She wishes nothing but the best for him. I remember, like, when this album came out, like, the first week or so, like, people were hating on Dalton. And I'm like, first off, the switch up is crazy. But also, it came to a point where Ari had to go on Instagram and, like, tell her fans to not go after people that you think that she wrote about, because it's all about love, and that you need to go listen to the album again, because all she's been talking about is love. Like, even though, yes, it's hurt her, she's turning it into a positive, and she's making it about love. And yeah, I don't know, it's crazy. I feel like we're all like that, where we wish this person did worse to us, so we can find a legit reason to just not like this person, to get away from this person, to not want this person. And I remember last week, actually, I was watching like Halloween episodes and movies and stuff, and I was watching one episode in particular, which is 911, which is a great series. If you don't watch it, please watch it. It's a great series. But anyway, it's one episode, and it's where the character Hen, she has to make a decision if she like pull the plug on her dad that she has not seen since she was 9 years old. And she's like, why is it so difficult for me to make this decision? Like, I thought I hated him. And then she's like, I don't hate him that much to pull the plug on him. And I'm like, oh, it reminded me of this song too. Because she realized that this hate was mask of how hurt she is. The hurt that her dad gave her when he walked out when she was 9 years old. And the emotions. But she let him go because that's not fair to him. So in the end, she let him go. Sorry, spoiler alert, but she did. And again, like I said before, that episode or that scene reminds me of this song. And I was like, yeah, you may think you hate someone, but when you see them on life support or you see them struggling or whatever, you're so confused, because I'm like, I should be happy. This should I should be not feeling like this. And then you realize I don't hate them. I'm just so hurt and angry on how they treated me. And I wish they did something that can really make me hate them. But they didn't. So it's... This album, man. This album is just... It makes you think a lot. Like, personally, really. Oof. But thinking about, like, Ariana and just generally speaking, it's like, you can't hate someone because they're also, this, like, they're fighting their own demons. They're dealing with themselves as well, or whatever it is. And to me, like, to my personal life, it's like, I want to hate this guy that did me dirty, that just cut me off for no reason. He just ghosted me for no reason. And I want to cry about it. I want to, like, I'm getting emotional when I think about it. I'm like, why did he do that? And then you realize, thinking more about it, is like, he was fighting his own demons. He had his own demons. He had his own trauma. Things like that. He was dealing with his own things too. So I can't hate him for that. But I can, be angry and upset and hurt for him doing that. I don't know. I just, I don't want to cry. I don't want to cry. But, gosh, this album, just talking about it and thinking back, I'm like, oh my gosh. I can't hate him. I can't. I want to, but I can't. Because I know he's dealing with a lot also. Oh, man. Oh, God. In this song, Ari talking about her relationship with Ethan. She talks about how both of them aren't perfect for each other, and what went down was a disaster, but not being a happy ending for both of them. Ari feels at ease when she's with him. I'm sensing that Ari is hinting that Ethan's last relationship was already going downhill, but people don't understand that. So when she says, my love, they don't understand, but I'll hold your hurt in the box here beside me. And it made me think, like, maybe, like, the relationship was already not, like, Ethan's relationship to Lily wasn't already good. It was already going downhill. And that is what people don't understand, was that their relationship's already ruined. And so people just don't really understand that. And I feel like not only is she talking about, like, how both of them are imperfect, like, they're messy, anxious, effed up, all this stuff, but the whole relationship and how it turned out is also imperfect. Like, how they got together, everything was just messy, but it's, like, the best way possible, and it's very imperfect. Like, when you get into a relationship, it's supposed to be, like, a perfect, like, oh, I met him at a coffee shop and blah 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 or whatever, but instead it's something completely different. That's not the perfect setting or the perfect plot. It's very messy and imperfect. So not only talk about, like, her relationship person, like, one by one, but, like, the whole relationship in general. Ari talked about how her relationship with Ethan is really special, that even when they're doing something normal, it would never be because their love isn't. The song also is where Ari gets her answer to her question from the beginning of the album, by her Nonna telling her, even though she probably already knows it, judging by this song and other songs in this album. In interviews, Ari said that in the opening of the song is her questioning, like, how do I know I'm in the right relationship? And by the end of the album is her getting her answer by Nonna telling her. But I feel like Ari already knows that of her, how she talked about Ethan throughout the album with the boys Mine and or Imperfect for You, it's like she already knows that. So it's like Nonna didn't really need to give her that advice. I mean, you still need it for sure, but it's like Ari already knew, like subconsciously she already knew that. So this is the overall review of Eternal Sunshine. Personally, it took me a while to listen to these songs on the album after my reaction. Not because it was a bad album, but it was too relatable. This album takes us on a journey of Ari's relationship to Dalton, Ethan, the media, and most importantly, herself. She starts off questioning her relationship to her, then getting out of it, and starts a new relationship where she feels like she's on another planet. Then on the side, dealing with the media picking her apart. Talking about her relationship, body, physical appearances, and her voice. She talks about how people should mind their business because, in conclusion, you don't know anything that happened, nor will you understand. Also, it's none of your concern. Ariana also learns about self-love. She learns to be there for herself when other people aren't. That can mean personally and publicly. She ends the album with sending well to her last relationship and finally feels like she's in a relationship that eases her mind and makes her feel complete. So like I said, yes, this album was a struggle for me to listen to. Not because it was a bad album, because it was too much. Like, I understood most of what she said. Most songs I relate so deeply to the point where I couldn't even listen to the album because it was just too much and I would cry. And it was just, I couldn't handle it. It was too much. It was too much. After my reaction, I literally cannot listen to all. Some songs I can't, like The Boy's Mine, yes, and some songs, yes. But other songs like Don't Wanna Break Up Again, I Wish I Hated You, which I started listening to that song last month. And that was the third time. Out of the whole year when she released it, I heard that song 3 times. Crazy. But yeah, some of these songs I just am now listening to, and some I still haven't listened to like since then, like Imperfect for You, Ordinary Things. Also because I can't really relate to it in that way of, oh my god, I found my person. I can't relate to it, so I don't listen to it. Also because Imperfect for You is kind of like a country influenced song with the acoustic guitars, which if you don't know, I'm not really a big fan of guitars, like acoustic guitars, not really a big fan of it. So, but her vocals on Imperfect for You is amazing. It's just I can't really get into that song. And Ordinary Things, same thing. I can't really get into that song because I just can't really relate to it. Oh my god, this song is just, I never had an album before, especially an Ariana album, where I could not listen to it fully because of how emotional and how too relatable it was. I've never had that happen to me before, and it's the first time it happened to me. And I'm like, Ari, what did you do to me? You ruined me. Like, you ruined me with these songs that are so relatable, and I feel deep in my soul like she did something to me. Like, this album is just so amazing, and it's possibly in top 3 of my favorite albums of Ariana. This has to be in top 3 for sure. I love it so much. This album is just so good. Lyrically, emotionally, vocally, like, it's just such a great album, and the concept and the fact that she hasn't forgotten about the album. She still, it's just on pause because of Wicked, but this album is just giving me so much life. And you know, this album, you're dancing, and you're crying, and then you're in your feelings. It's just, this album is and like I'm gonna go on a mini rant that just turns into like a 10-minute rant, but people are like, oh, I miss the old Ari, I miss the black Nonna, which again, people hate on her for that, for her tanning, and now people like her for that. It's wild. But this is the healed version of herself, and I love it. I love it so much. And if people can't understand that, then it's not for them. They just need to go away. If you like Black Iana, then go back to Dangerous Woman. Go back to Sweetener, Thinking Next. Like, you know, you can't accept who she is now as the healed version of herself, as her just becoming better and healthy, even if you don't think that. Like, I don't know what people are complaining about, because this is who she was before, and she talked about that before, like in the Vogue thing that she did, where she had to hide who she is, and now she's not hiding anymore, and she's back to her original self. And when I see her with these cute outfits and stuff, I thought of Yours Truly, because in Yours Truly, that's how she dressed, but this is more like mature. Like Yours Truly is like, oh, I'm in my teens, in my early 20s, having fun, being cute, all this stuff, right? The polka dots and, you know, whatever. And this is now her upgraded version, it's her healed version, and this is who she always was. But she hid herself because she felt like people wouldn't like who she really was. And I'm not sure where she got the idea from. Maybe her manager, maybe the media, or someone around her saying like, oh, she do this, she do that, whatever. Criticize her for how she looks. And she hid herself with tan and the fillers and the Botox and things like that. And now she's her authentic self, who she was before. And if people can't understand that, I don't know. People can't understand that's who she always was, how she dressed, like all that stuff. It's just she's more healed and she's older. I don't know. But like, also, why do you care? Why are you getting into her business of how she looks? First off, how she looks, her personal relationship, everything. Like, people think they know a person, but you don't know a person. You truly don't know a person, or know what went, or know what went on, which to me is why she's not like explaining herself or defending herself of the rumors, because, or apologizing, because she feels like she didn't do anything wrong, because in her actual world and what actually happened, no one did anything wrong. So was there to apologize? And also, why does she have to apologize to the world? You know, like, if she did something wrong, wouldn't she apologize to the person she did wrong? Why does she have to apologize to the world? I feel like the entitlement of people online, on the internet, is crazy. It's like you expect an explanation, you expect an apology. Why? What does she do to you that she has to explain or apologize? I get she's a puppet figure and whatever, but she has to apologize to you unless she's something wrong in a community or whatever. But why does she have to explain herself? Why does she have to apologize when you're not even involved in the conversation? You're not there. So what does she have to apologize for? Nothing. And y'all are shaming her for something that you think she did based on the media or people online. Like, I didn't know that they knew her personally. I didn't know that. Like, you don't know her personally. You may know her in some aspects of her life and growing up with her and things like that, but you shouldn't know her. You spend a day with her. You don't live with her, whatever. And it's crazy how people have this entitlement that you know her, or you're her doctor, you're her dietitian, you are her therapist, you know, you are friends and family, when you don't know anything at all. You know nothing. And that's why people that do know her defend her, because they know the truth. They know what happened. People that were involved defend her. Why? Because they know what actually went on. They know the truth. I noticed that a lot of people do not find the good in other people. Like when something good happens, it comes out in the media, like, oh, achievement, or she passed this, or breaking records, or whatever. People always find something negative to say, either comparison or something negative. I'm like, you really can't be happy for someone. But when something negative comes out, everyone's like, you know, agreeing with it, or they believe the negative stuff, but the positive stuff they don't believe. Like when they debunk the homewrecking rumors, people did not believe that at all. But when the rumors were started, people believed that. So why can't you believe something that was a rumor, but when they debunk the rumor, you don't believe in? That's what's crazy to me, like how you believe something that's negative, but when something's positive, you don't believe in it, because you can't find the good in people. Crazy. So anyway, going back to the album, I don't think I did a ranking when I reacted to this album, but here's a ranking now of my favorite to least favorites, and let me know what you think about my ranking. So at the end of this review, let me know what you think about it. Do you agree? Do you disagree? What are some of your interpretation of the song? And yeah. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to see more of me. And hope you guys have an amazing day, night, evening, wherever you are. Remember to have faith in yourself and believe in yourself. Bye.